Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Ninth Legion. Let's play some more Dragon Age Inquisition. So, we have returned from... Actually, let me bring up my map. Where did we return from? We came from the Storm Coast. We haven't finished everything there, there's still a lot going on, but we sorted out some cultists who kind of are now siding with us. We've got some cultist assassins working for the Inquisition, and we also got our new party member, who's just a huge bloke. I kind of like him a lot. He's very funny, works for Sarah. I think he's going to be my warrior from now on. And we are currently back in Haven. So, this is actually going to be kind of an intermediate episode. There's a couple of things I want to do. I think I need to do some inventory management. Let's have a look. How much carrying? I'm carrying a lot of stuff. Okay, so I need to do some inventory management. That will probably happen off camera because it's very boring. We might look into some crafting as well. That may or may not happen on camera, we'll see. But primarily, back in Haven, while we're here, we need to go and actually talk to all of our companions. That's one of the things with Dragon Age games. You've actually got to go around and talk to people, build relationships with them. They will give you quests later on, so it's quite an important thing to do, and you get a lot of lore and backstory, so you can't really avoid it. Some people don't particularly like that, they just want the fighting and all that, so I'll probably try and mark this up as a skippable possible episode. But for now, let's go talk to everyone we know. This will be lots of talking, probably no fighting at all this episode. Wow, you guys in the background are loud. Okay. Ooh, oh, hang on, wait. Sorry, Cassandra, I'm gonna talk to you, but first I've got to steal this shit. Medium free army armor and a witch eye stuff. Sure. I did not know that was there. Is there anything else around here? Damn. Okay, cool. I got some free stuff. Nice. Okay, sorry, Cassandra, I got distracted. Let's have a chat.
Do you need something?
I don't know. Let's investigate. What haven't we talked to you about? Let's do all of these, shall we?
I'd like to get to know you better.
There's not much to know.
Okay. That can't be true. There must be something.
I'm sure that's not true.
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lord.
Wait. You're Navarran royalty? That's new.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentecosts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentecosts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
Ah. That doesn't sound like you're on good terms with them.
So, not on very good terms with your family then?
I do not visit, if that's what you mean. The Pentecosts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Oh, you had a brother?
Tell me about your brother.
Anthony was older than I, a dragon hunter, who showed what a Pentecost could truly be. I idolized him. I wanted to hunt dragons as he did, even though our uncle forbade it. Anthony promised to train me in secret. We would hunt together one day, brother and sister, vanquishing the beasts of old. And then he died on me.
Oh, that's kind of sad. That's awful.
That sounds really awful.
It was the end of everything I knew. A group of apostates wanted dragon blood, and wanted Anthony to get it for them. He refused, and they killed him for it. In front of me. I begged the Chantry to let me become a Templar. Instead, they sent me to the Seekers. It took many years to let go of my drive for vengeance.
I can understand that. That's pretty gnarly. Okay, so does she... this is going to come up, I think, because we're probably going to side with the mages, based on what I've seen so far. And, is Cassandra not going to be happy with that? Is she going to turn against us? Could be a serious
So you
thing.
blamed all mages for the actions of a few apostates?
I was young. Magic was frightening. It all seemed pointless. I sometimes wonder how different my life would be if Anthony was still alive. Would I be a dragon hunter? Married to some noble fool, a mother of three? I cannot say. I take solace in believing the Maker has a plan, but he is not always kind.
Okay, that was kind of interesting. Some good backstory on Cassandra there. I would like to know more about Navarro. I don't know anything about it actually in the lore of the game.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
Okay. What about your parents? I mean, she hasn't mentioned her parents at all. She mentioned her brother and her uncle.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortalitasi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Oh, what's a mortalitasi? Sounds like mortician, I'm gonna guess.
Your uncle was a mortalitasi?
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The mortalitasi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Nevarans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
Okay. Death Mage. That doesn't sound good. No one's job title should be Death Mage. But, okay.
I'll let you get back to work.
Okay, so we unlocked a fair bit of information there. That's cool. Who else do we need to talk to? There should be Cullen around here. I would like talking to Cullen. I kind of wish I didn't have to talk to Cullen in the middle of all these people making all this noise. Hopefully the audio's coming through okay, but if not, there's not much I can do. There's people just sparring all around me. Hey, Cullen. Ah, sorry, Cullen. Okay, Cullen, I'll be back in a minute. I've just got to steal this shit. Okay. Recruits Dirk and a balanced dagger schematic. Okay, cool. Okay. Sorry, Cullen, I had to go steal stuff. But now I can talk to you.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
Well, I do like to stand out, to be honest.
At least I got everyone's attention.
That you did. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
Okay, let's learn a bit more about Cullen, shall we? Does he believe in the Inquisition? Does he trust in what we're doing?
You left the Templars for this. You believe the Inquisition can work?
I do. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
Actually, it's kind of what I came for, you know. Clearly he's been giving this some thought, and I do like his enthusiasm. Ooh. Oh, Cullen's a romance option. Interesting. He does have a very handsome face. But not right now. You've clearly thought this through, though.
You've given this a lot of thought.
I know what happens when order is lost, and action comes too late. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Ryden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
I also think he's flirting with me. Just to be clear there. Oh, and he just wandered off. Okay, well, I guess we're done talking to Cullen. Interesting, so he's a romance option. I believe Cassandra is as well. Do we actually have...
Hello again.
We don't... Do we... Tell me about yourself, tell me about the Seekers, tell me about the Chantry. We've done her. We could learn more about the Seekers. We don't have a romance option for Cassandra. At least not yet. It might come up in conversation later. We should actually probably ask about the Seekers, because we talked about her. We didn't talk about the Seekers.
Can you tell me more about the Seekers?
The Seekers of Truth were born from the original Inquisition long ago, when it united with the Chantry. Seekers stood above the Templars, watching over them but also investigating magical events they couldn't handle. We were meant to be incorruptible, above reproach. How seldom does reality match the ideal?
Okay. So, what are they? I mean, tell me more.
What are Seekers, exactly?
Those who know anything of us think we are Templars. We do not use lyrium, however. Our abilities are different, as was our original purpose. We disciplined the Templars and were accountable only to the Divine. And not even her, truthfully.
Okay. That doesn't sound good. Who watched over them?
So nobody ever watched over the Seekers?
It was the Divine's duty, but she could only do so much when the truth was hidden from her. The Templars have always feared us. When a Seeker arrived at a circle, they knew trouble was afoot. That kind of power is troubling. You begin to think you are the only one who can solve the world's problems. If you don't see a problem, it doesn't exist. If someone insists it does, they are the blind ones.
So what abilities do the Seekers have? Because if they don't use lyrium, how do they handle rogue mages?
You mentioned that Seekers have different abilities than Templars.
Entirely. A Templar's abilities come from lyrium and are designed to hunt mages. Ours come from ritual and many years of dedicated training. We cannot be possessed by demons and are immune to mind control. Useful considering our role. Seekers can gain other gifts, though that depends on the individual.
Okay. So what are your actual gifts in that case?
What kind of gifts do you have?
I can set the lyrium within a person's blood aflame. Both mages and Templars bend before my will. Some Seekers use it to interrogate, others simply to paralyze. Once there was a Seeker who could use it to kill. That particular gift is considered rare.
Wait, you can like literally set a person on fire? I mean, okay. She says she can't use it to kill, but wow, okay. You can inflame the lyrium in their bodies. That's interesting. We kind of know how she became a Seeker. It was after she left Navarro because her brother died. So why did the Seekers rebel?
Why did your order turn against the Chantry?
We originally united with the Chantry through a treaty that stated they would keep mages under control. It was felt most holy had tacitly allowed the Circle of Magi to vote on its independence, thus breaking the treaty. The Seekers saw themselves as justified, and they led the Templars into a war of righteousness.
I'm guessing you disagree with that.
You sound like you disagree.
We knew what was happening at Kirkwall, where the Mage Rebellion began. We looked into reports of Knight Commander Meredith's harsh treatment of her charges years earlier. But we found so many shocking cases of magical corruption, it was decided her actions were justified. If we'd been there when it happened, if we'd looked harder at the root causes...
This is clearly something she's passionate about. I do kind of agree with her. So, the Mage Rebellion in Kirkwall happens at the end of Dragon Age 2, which I quite enjoyed. I thought that was a very good game. And I know that's an unpopular opinion sometimes, but I'm just going to put it out there and you can blame me in the comments. It was kind of inevitable. The Mage Commander Meredith was cracking down on the mages on the Circle in Kirkwall really badly. Kind of forced their hand into rebelling against her just to stop her at the end trying to kill everyone. I'm not sure mages should be free. There's such an element of corruption with them that they do need some oversight. So she does care deeply about it. I do agree with her, but I want to see where this takes us.
You seem to care a great deal about it.
Too much, if you ask the rest of my order. When faced with a problem, the Seekers would close ranks and crush it. We would find an answer, but only once we felt we weren't being coerced. The moment the mages voted for independence, our response was predictable. It was difficult to watch.
Okay, let's follow this last question, because we do know how she became a Seeker, but we might get some more detail on the path that she took.
How does someone become a Seeker?
Most Seekers begin training in their youth. I was much older, an exception due to my noble birth. We train rigorously for years. Our bodies and minds must be elastic to undergo the vigil, and most fail even then.
Okay, the Vigil?
Is the Vigil some kind of initiation?
It is the rite every Seeker must go through in order to summon their gifts. A full year of fasting, prayer, and separation from all distractions, including other people. We empty ourselves of all emotion, focusing only on the purity of our devotion. And the moment it finally ends, it's wonderful. Faith realized. I cannot put it into words.
Sounds like magic, but I think this might be an unpopular opinion to put to Cassandra, but we're going to ask the question anyway.
Was it some kind of magic?
I don't fully understand it, to be honest. If the vigil was not so arduous, I'd say more should attempt it. What if mages never needed to fear possession by demons? I'm told it is impossible, however. I suppose I'll never know the truth of it now.
Interesting. Put a mage through the vigil, would they then become, protected from demonic possession? That would be very powerful. I wonder why it's impossible.
I've no more questions.
Okay, so no romance option with her at the moment. I thought she's definitely a romance option in the game. Let's see, we've got Black Walls over here somewhere. Our resident pet warden, but hello, Iron Bull. Oh, and Krem's here as well. Okay, and Master Dennett. Wow, everyone's here. And Harriet. Okay, let's talk to everyone. Hey, Krem.
Can I help you with anything?
Tell me more about the Chargers.
Can we talk about the Bull's Chargers?
Best company you'll find from here to the Anderfells. In my time with the Chief, we've gone up against everything from bandits to magic trees. We're expensive, but you'll never doubt we're worth it. Want to know anything in particular?
Magic trees? I would like to know more about the magic trees. Yeah, tell me of an interesting job. Hopefully it's the one with magic trees, because what the hell? Why are there suddenly magic trees?
You said something about everything from bandits to magic trees. I'll admit to some curiosity.
Right. Sylvans. That's what Dalish called them. Apparently spirits can possess trees, too. Some noble in the Dales, and they really don't like it when you call them Dalish nobles, had a haunted forest. His family had abandoned the land, but he wanted it back. The chief bought us all axes, and in we went. Between the axes and the torches, the Sylvans weren't too bad. Worst part was the squirrels.
I just have more questions now. I like Krem. Okay, so what are the Chargers'
Do the
abilities?
Chargers specialize in anything from a tactical standpoint?
Bull doesn't want us large enough to work as an army. We're better as shock troops, as skirmishers. We've got archers for hitting enemy infantry, Dalish with more archery, and Skinner and her people on the flanks. Rocky handles fortifications and traps, and Stitches keeps us all fighting. They mostly hold back. I'll lead the frontline fighters with Grim, and the Chief goes wherever he can hit something.
Interesting. You were totally going to say Dalish mages, weren't you? You have archers and Dalish something, which is totally going to be Dalish mages. You have apostate mages in the Chargers. I like that.
Are there rules for how mercenaries operate?
If you don't want some noble to treat you like bandits, yes. There's also a code of conduct most companies hold to. Keeps things civilized on the battlefield. We accept surrenders for ransom from mercenaries, nobles, and soldiers wearing a lord's colours. Our prisoners are treated well, injuries tended. We'd want the same for any of ours who got captured.
Fair enough. Decent rules to live by, I suppose. Alright.
We'll talk later.
Okay, let's actually go talk to Iron Bull himself. Good God, this man's huge. I literally... Okay, I'm slightly taller than his pecs, but below his shoulders.
They've got good form. Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
You could always help. That would actually be useful, getting Iron Bull to train up some of our troops.
You sound like you want to head down there and give the troops some pointers.
Nah, I'm no good at command unless I know who my guys are sleeping with and what they like to drink. Inquisition's already too large for that. The Chargers are big enough for me. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top. You've got no leader. No Inquisitor.
Do we need one? And also, I kind of thought that was me, but apparently not. Yeah, so do we need one?
The Inquisition has done all right so far without an Inquisitor.
That's because all we've needed so far is damage control. Reaction. A group can handle that. Once you've sealed the breach, it's going to be time to make decisions. Someone's going to have to step up. Who knows? Maybe you seal the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass and all those soldiers go home and get fat.
You think?
It could happen. It won't. But it could.
You're a bit of a pessimist, Steinbull. But, okay. Who have we got to talk to? Dennett? Let's see what Dennett wants to say.
Feels good to be back at work, Inquisition. And lucky you have me. In lesser hands, you'd be in trouble. Haven can't support the mounts you need, but I can.
Okay. How are the horses doing?
How are your chargers? Well supplied?
Haven is groaning under the weight. It wasn't built for this, but we'll make it serve.
Good enough. Any news?
Heard anything worth noting?
Too busy to hear things, and that's how I like it.
Fair enough. Very short conversation. I appreciate your brevity.
Make her be with you.
Okay, right. We could talk to Harriet, but I mostly want to talk to Blackwell. There he is. Hey, Blackwell. I haven't actually done anything with you yet, but hey. Let's talk, because we found out a bunch of stuff about wardens on the Storm Coast, and this might interest him.
I've heard rumours of abandoned warden camps all over these parts.
Yes.
If we have time, I'd like to take a look, see if there's anything we can salvage.
Okay. Tell me about the wardens. Let's talk about you. Thoughts on the Inquisition. Interesting. Okay, this could be a long conversation.
Let's talk about the Grey Wardens. You must know a lot about them.
The wardens? I'm afraid we're less exciting than we seem.
Oh, okay. That wasn't great. He doesn't know. We've already asked him where the wardens have gone, and he doesn't know. Why was he on his own, though?
You haven't had contact with other wardens for a while. Why were you on your own?
It's what I've always done. Recruitment only requires one man. Besides, I've always been a loner. Works best for everyone that way.
Okay, you just like being by yourself, I guess. What do wardens do? Specifically, I'd like to know what wardens do between blights, because there's bugger all going on for them to be involved with right now.
The Blight's been over for 10 years. What do wardens do when the world's not ending?
There is still Darkspawn. Just because we killed so many in Ferelden doesn't mean they're gone. And the world is not so peaceful that there's no use for good men with swords. Sometimes you have to figure out for yourself what the pledge to protect others really means. It's not always about just archdemons and blights.
Did you... I wonder if he actually fought in the Blight. I don't know how old he is.
Where were you during the Blight?
I was in Ferelden, on my own like always. Quietly killed my fair share of Darkspawn too.
Oh, okay. So you were around, just didn't make it into the main story.
So you have no idea where the rest of the wardens are?
You find that odd? The Blight is over. We don't need an organised force. And orders don't change much from day to day. For the last 1,000 years or so, it's been just find Darkspawn, kill them, repeat as necessary.
True, I mean, that does make sense, but also, you know, for example, when the Blight does occur, would be handy if we can get word to all the wardens so they can come and deal with it quickly, rather than struggling to find any of them because they're scattered all over the place being loners. Just saying, mate.
Let's continue this at another time.
As you wish. I'll be here if you need me.
Okay. Memories of the Grey. Oh, okay, so we did get a new quest, artifacts, to find. That could be good. Okay. Right, let's head up into the haven proper, get ourselves inside the walls, and see who else we can talk to. This is actually going to be, I think, a couple of long episodes to actually have a full chat with everyone. But we do need to, you know, talk to our characters, our party members, figure out maybe who we're going to romance. So I'm going to take a break here, call this episode now, before it gets too long, and we'll carry this on next time, so it's going to be a two-parter before we really get back into the main plot and all the fighting and all that kind of good stuff. So thank you for watching. Do feel free to leave a like, leave a comment and subscribe if you're enjoying this, and hopefully I'm going to see you later for the next one. Bye.